Yo, what's up guys, it's NLW here, back again with another video. Today, I have been challenged by Suplex Network to a fantasy draft. If you've not seen his video yet, go and watch that first, the link is in the description. There we pick our first 10 picks each, but let me give you a quick rundown of the rules before we get into the swing of things. Both Suplex Network and myself will get 20 picks each to form a roster. The only rules are that all wrestlers we pick have to have wrestled in the last 10 years, and at least one of the 20 we choose must never have held a title in the WWE. From there, a poll has been set up, the link will be in the description for you to vote on who has the better roster. After that, we will each hold a fantasy pay-per-view event for our roster. Once again, you guys vote on whose was the best. Then the third event is a Survivor Series card where we pit our rosters against each other. And again, you decide who wins. It's best 2 out of 3 to determine the winner. Now both Suplex Network and myself have already picked 10 wrestlers each. Check out his video first in the description to see who we both picked. But if you've already seen that, then stay tuned because it's Suplex Network's turn to pick.
Hello everybody, I am Suplex Network. Welcome to part 2 of this draft, and now it is my time to pick my second lot of 10 superstars, kicking it off with Adam Cole, baby. He is the leader of the Undisputed Era, and he is just charismatic as all hell, and I think he is a perfect fit over on Suplex Network. I've got some pretty amazing guys he can wrestle with and feud with. He is going to be one of my top heels.
Number 11, guys, I need to create a balance. I already have a fair few lighter wrestlers on my roster, so for this pick, I'm choosing the Animal, Batista. He's a former World Heavyweight and WWE Champion. He's a powerhouse, he's explosive, he's a decent actor too. He's bringing some star power to my roster, adding to names like Lesnar and Goldberg that I've already added. He can also mix up with some of the younger talent, such as Johnny Gargano and Seth Rollins. Batista, I'm glad to have him on my roster.
Up next, joining Suplex Network's roster, is Y2J, Chris Jericho. Now, Chris Jericho, again, I want him to be a heel in my roster. I want him to be kind of like how he was in early 2010, the era like that. I want him to be that smirky heel again. I don't want this Jericho, but, you know, that's the figure I've got of him. But, yeah, so Chris Jericho joining Suplex Network as a top heel.
For number 12, I'm picking someone with a lot of credentials to their name, including now cult leader. I'm picking the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. Fantastic heel, but could also be very good as a babyface. He's very skilled in the ring. I would like to use him as a babyface if I could, so he could slot in anywhere on the card, but then again, I love the Monday Night Messiah gimmick, so certainly something I should say that I can use in my Fed.
Next up on my roster is the high-flying Evan Bourne. Now, if you've seen part 1 of this draft over on my channel, you'd know that I love high-flying wrestling, and I had to have more high-flying guys on my roster. I'd have Evan Bourne in my mid-card fighting the likes of, I don't want to spoil it, check out part 1, but yeah, there's some certain guys I'd love to see him get in the ring with and face.
Another former WWE champion on the list now. In fact, I think it's safe to say he is the planet's champion, Daniel Bryan. Like Seth Rollins, awesome technician, the ultimate underdog, good grappler, main eventer for the pay-per-view perhaps as well. And there's so many dream matches as well that I could have. You know, you've got Batista, you've got Goldberg, Lesnar, Michaels. He really could fit in anywhere. And he could also be on the lower end of the card. You know, if there's a mid-card title, he certainly could place in anywhere on the card. So for that reason, Daniel Bryan, he's on my roster.
Next up is one of my favourite wrestlers at the current time, and that is the UK's own Pete Dunne. Now, Pete Dunne is just a phenomenal athlete. The things he does just makes my fingers hurt. He's just breaking people's fingers, and damn, not much I could say about Pete Dunne. He's just awesome to watch. I love everything Pete Dunne does. So yeah, he has to join Suplex Network.
Well, if you're choosing Peter Dunne, I'm going to go with Undisputed Era's own Kyle O'Reilly. I think his acting is top-notch. In fact, he's getting a main event match at TakeOver soon. But also, one of my favourites in Ring of Honor back in the day. When I first started watching, he's good in singles and tag teams as well. So that gives me some flexibility when booking my pay-per-view.
And following all these guys over to Suplex Network is one of my favourite guys, and that is Cesaro. Cesaro, yes, he was heavily featured on my channel a few years ago, which is probably no surprise for my fans that I've picked Cesaro. He's one of my favorites. He's just super athletic. Just the size of him and the way he can move in that ring is just... Nobody else can match Cesaro in the strength and the agility that he has. He's just all round amazing. Now, I don't know if we can have managers and whatnot, but if we did have managers, I'd have Paul Heyman just sneak up in Cesaro's corner.
Number 15, this guy is going to make this roster his yard. It's the big dog, Roman Reigns. Now, he used to split opinion, but his heel run as of late is so intriguing. It's good to see him back. No doubt, if he was on my pay-per-view, he's going to be a heel. I want him on my show for that reason, you know, his relationship with Paul Heyman, but also the fact that, you know, he's got this edge to him now, which is sorely lacking from him before. And now, in my roster, there's so many cool matches I can have. I could have Reigns versus Goldberg, Reigns versus Lesnar again. The possibilities are endless.
And then next up on Suplex Network is Aleister Black. Oh, damn it. Well, that was kind of ironic. Aleister Black just knocked everyone else over, which is what he would be doing in Suplex Network. I'd have him as one of my top tier wrestlers. It sucks what the WWE is doing with him, but I really wish he was used as a main eventer, so in my roster, he would be a main eventer.
Well, that sucks. I forgot about Aleister Black because I would have picked him, but instead, I'm going to choose someone who's been around for a while from ECW, WWE, and now Impact Wrestling, the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam, RVD. He can work in hardcore matches, ladder matches. He's a good hand that I want on my show. I used to love his TV title matches back in the original ECW, and now he's in my roster for NLW. I know he's going to shine.
Coming up next is my favorite guy on the Monday Night Raw roster at the moment, and that is none other than Andrade Cien Almas. Yes, I would call him by his full name, not just Andrade. So Andrade Cien Almas, he is like... He's got the potential to be a main eventer or a mid-carder. He does some high-flying moves, some cool wrestling moves in that ring.
Number 17, I'm thinking of having a tag match on my pay-per-view, so I'm going to have to pick Bobby Fish. Like I said with Kyle O'Reilly, one of my favourites in Ring of Honor, and now in the Undisputed Era. I think he's very good in the ring as well. May have a good tag team on his hands with O'Reilly on my pay-per-view, so I might have a Red Dragon reunion. Who knows, but... good hand. I could also put him in a singles match against O'Reilly, who knows. I'm still thinking about ideas for that, but that's why he's on my roster.
Joining Suplex Network is one of the members of the Hurt Business, and it is Bobby Lashley. He's running out of space on the camera screen, but Bobby Lashley has got the physique. He's got somewhat of wrestling ability. He's not the worst wrestler, but he's not the best. He's just a powerhouse. And I'd have him probably not main event him because I've just got that stacked of a roster that I probably don't have a spot for him in the main event. But he's just a nice big guy to have just to boost everyone up. Say you have Andrade beat Bobby Lashley. That's going to make Andrade look a million times better, if you know what I'm saying. So Bobby Lashley's kind of like an enhancement talent, but I'm going to make him win matches, of course.
Alright, sticking with the powerhouse kind of wrestlers, I know you've already picked The Undertaker, so I'm going to go with his brother, the Devil's Favourite Demon, Kane. Awesome monster, cool look, he'll be destroying some poor souls on my fantasy pay-per-view. If I can pull it off, maybe an Inferno match, I'll see, but no spoilers for now, I don't want you getting any ideas.
Next up on my roster is a bizarre one. You're probably thinking, what is he thinking? But it is... the Boogeyman. Yes, the Boogeyman, kind of an interesting character. He wasn't really wrestling in the 2010s through 2020, but he was like on-screen appearances. He does indie bookings, so I'm gonna allow it. Alright, he's a wrestler in the 2010s. So yeah, Boogeyman's joining the roster purely because of the gimmick. I think we need more just goofy characters on my roster. We got a lot of serious guys, so I thought bring in a goofy character just to create a different sort of entertainment.
Boogeyman's a good solid choice, so I'm also going to choose someone who hasn't held a title in the WWE. He's a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. He is Hiromu Takahashi, the ticking time bomb. Great high flyer and very impactful striker over in New Japan. He's one of my favourite wrestlers right now, and unfortunately he was out with an injury for the bulk of last year and the year before, but now he's back, putting on awesome matches again. I'm glad to have him for my roster.
And the last pick for Suplex Network is the legend killer, Randy Orton. Randy Orton, not much I need to say about him. He's just got the ability to put on a show. Now he is going to be like Bobby Lashley, I think, in my show. He's going to be putting over the new guys like Andrade, Pete Dunne, just to elevate younger talent, to push them as main eventers. So that rounds out my 20 draft picks.
Okay, for my final pick, guys, it's going to be tough because I have a few in mind, but I can only pick one. Obviously, I've got so many to choose from, and I don't have to worry about Suplex Network taking him first now, so I'm going to have to go for pick 20, Kevin Owens, the prize fighter. Now, I've got a good few former Ring of Honor guys on the roster, so I wanted to add that to the field. The guy's a good promo, he'll risk it all in the ring, he can have hardcore matches, he can also have technical classics, so glad to have him on my roster. So there you have it, guys, our fantasy drafts, but whose is better? Be objective here, guys. Watch both videos first and then decide who has the better roster in your opinion. Click the poll in the description to decide a winner. Next up will be our fantasy pay-per-views, so look out for those in the near future. But that's it for now. Don't forget to vote in the poll. Also, big thank you to Suplex Network for the challenge. Go subscribe to him. The link, as always, to his channel will be in the description. If you like this video, smash that like button. And if you're new here from Suplex Network's channel, go ahead and subscribe to No Limits Wrestling for weekly stop motion episodes and more, as we're trying to edge closer to 30,000 subscribers. Make sure you also turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Stay tuned for my fantasy pay-per-view coming in the near future. Vote in the poll on whose roster was better. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.